Hi there, Eva here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is your weekly reading for the for the week of May the 3rd to the 9th, I believe. I am so discombobulated. If you are new to my channel, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notifications alert. I think there's one of those on here too. Don't forget to share. Sharing is caring. And I always like to tell people before I get started with the angel card reading that every now and again an F-bomb slips out of my mouth. Sometimes I swear a little bit. It could be just, saying shit or something. So if that's really not your thing, then this might not be the channel for you. And also sometimes, depending on what the card is and depending on the message that the card has, sometimes I get a little bit in your face, like kind of like tough love, if you will. So if you're looking for something sort of soothing and licking your wounds and that kind of thing, you're probably on the wrong channel too. But if you're okay with the odd swear word and with me kind of going, stop doing that, then you're in the right place. You can follow me. I'm going to drop some links down below in the description box, so please don't forget to check those out. You can follow me on social media, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. I'm not really a Twitter girl, but I'm there. And I'll drop a few links to some of my ebooks that I've written in case you need additional help with whatever situation that you're having. We're just going to get right to the reading. Today I have chosen the butterfly deck. Hang on, sorry. So I think we're all feeling some changes now, right? Not only is the world shifting and doing some crazy stuff, but we're changing too because we don't really understand what's going on. And I think a lot of people, when we don't understand something and when we don't have clear answers, we're afraid, right? Why doesn't somebody tell me something? What's going on? When is this going to end? How many people are dying? We're afraid. So everybody's changing, and we're changing emotionally, and we're changing, I think, the way we look at things, and I think the way we look at life is different for a lot of people. I think now, because I shouldn't say everybody, many of us are kind of locked up. You're stuck there and you can't really do anything. Some of you work from home, but others are staying at home and just reading and absorbing things on the internet. But I think this is a really good time for some personal growth. I think this is a really good time to take this time to enhance any area in your life where you feel you may need improvement in anything, learning something, I don't know, maybe you want to start an exercise regime, anything. Now's a really good time to start changing because you have the time, right? So we're going to get right on with the reading. I've already chosen the cards. I've already shuffled and prayed over the deck, and I've already chosen the cards because I just think it's annoying when people shuffle for hours. So everything's done. The cards are here. I haven't looked at them yet. And we're just going to get right to it. So the first card, okay, like I seriously was just talking about this, is Dietary Change. So show of hands, how many of us are eating ourselves into oblivion because that's all we have to do is eat, right? And many of us are emotional eaters. I kind of think that maybe I am a little bit of an emotional eater. Mind you, I'm also really busy because I work every day and I have things that keep me busy. But sometimes I'm just like, I want this and I want that. So it might be time to kind of have a look at what we're putting in our mouths and going, okay, maybe you shouldn't be eating that chocolate bar because you already had two this afternoon. Or maybe if you're going to buy a bag of chips, why can't you just have a quarter of the bag of chips instead of eating the whole bag, right? So the angels are telling you it might be time to have a look at your diet. And it might, there we go. Sorry about that. It might be time to have a look at your diet. And don't forget too, when we eat and when we overeat, clearly we gain weight and we could get fat. But it also affects you emotionally and mentally when you eat the wrong foods, or even if you're drinking too much or smoking too much. It affects you more than just physically. So maybe it's time to have a look at what you're putting on your plate and in your mouth at snack time. There are healthier options, right? I know personally, and I'm trying to do the switch over. So I'm a chips kind of girl, and I like chocolate bars, and I like all that really bad stuff. And I do eat. I'm trying to trying to eat not as much, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. But I'll get like a bag of peanuts if I need that little salty fix, or I'll have little carrot sticks and peanut butter if I need that sweet and salty kind of. So try to find healthier options so that when so at the end of this, when the virus is all done and we can all come out of our shells, we're not all 400 pounds and all belong to Overeaters Anonymous. So dietary change. I think it's time. Now's a good time to maybe have a look at what we're eating. Let me read the card to you from the book. This card signals an improvement in the quality of food you eat and the beverages you're drinking. You definitely are guided to make a positive and healthful change in your diet. As you do so, you receive additional rewards of increased energy, confidence, and well-being, plus an enhanced appearance. Remember that you can receive support for this change from a licensed nutritionist and groups like Overeaters Anonymous. You can also pray for heavenly help with motivation and dealing with cravings. Now, I know here it talks about Overeating Anonymous and licensed nutritionists, but you can get so much information for free on Google. If you need a better meal plan, if you need to find out what kind of what kind of good carbs you can replace your bad carbs with, all that information is free online, so you don't have to pay unless you want to, but you don't have to pay for professional help for something like that. Just start doing some research. Just get on the internet and start looking. What can I replace potato chips with? Things like that. All right, your second card, spiritual growth. I love the butterfly deck. All the pictures of the butterfly deck are just gorgeous. I just love them. So spiritual growth. So I just want to clarify something, because a lot of people I think are still kind of on that sort of fence where they don't really understand spirituality versus religious beliefs. Spirituality has nothing to do with religion. It's not about you need to enhance your communications with God, or you need to start going to church more, you need to start praying more, or something like that. Spirituality is how you feel. It's not just about, how can I explain this? It's so that it's really kind of like a Reader's Digest layman's term. Spirituality is more about inner peace, about believing in inner peace and achieving inner peace, kindness to others, kindness to yourself, being kind to other people, being kind to Mother Nature, animals, people, all that stuff. It's about kindness, love, inner peace, freedom, loving yourself. That's what spirituality is to me. I'm sure there's a million other definitions, but that's what it means to me. Let me read the card to you. This card signifies that the change you're currently in the midst of or contemplating is part of your spiritual growth. It will bring about great blessings, even if challenges present themselves along the way, which is going to happen anyway. As this experience comes to a conclusion, you'll know that you are very strong indeed. In fact, the situation will push you to leave behind your comfort zone. You'll reach deep inside to a reservoir of strength that you didn't even know you had. This strength is both peaceful and powerful. And that doesn't mean powerful in an egotistical way. It just means powerful. And it helps you learn new life lessons, as well as let go of old pain and forgive your past. I just want to take a second to talk about that for a little bit. Forgive your past. And I just wrote in the mini self-help e-series book, the ebook series that I just put out, one of the books is about how to forgive people. Spiritual growth is about inner peace, right? It's about inner peace. It's about kindness. It's about self-love. It's about loving others, being kind to humans and animals and all of that stuff. But keep in mind, forgiveness is part of that spiritual growth. When you can forgive somebody for whatever horrible thing that they've done to you, then you've reached that level of spiritual growth. And so many times I hear from so many people, I can't forgive her, I can't forgive him, I can't believe what they did to me, you're not going to believe what they did to me, they did this and it's bullshit and blah, 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 and I can't forgive them and they hurt me so much. And people just hang on. People want to hang on to that hurt and that pain and that grudge and that anger. That's got nothing to do with spiritual growth. There's no spiritual growth in there. You need to forgive people I just can't stress this enough. You need to forgive people, not for you. You do it for yourself, for your own inner peace and your own spiritual growth. That's why we forgive people. It's got nothing to do with them. When we forgive somebody, it has absolutely nothing to do with them. They don't even have to know you've forgiven them. They don't have to know. It's all about you and inner peace and feeling that monkey is finally off your back. That's what forgiveness is all about. Okay. So I get carried away when I talk about forgiveness. Your next card, your last cards, did pull 3 cards, is support. You received this card because you've been accustomed to doing everything yourself, and now it's time to request and receive help. How many strong people here don't like to ask anybody for help? We don't like to bother anybody. Oh, I can't bother. Oh, no, because everybody's got problems of their own, and I can't, and I won't, and sometimes we have to. And now it's time to request and receive help. This is a valuable life lesson that will allow you to grow in every area. So think of it as an investment. This card indicates that it's time for self-honesty, in which you admit to yourself that there's one or more areas where you'd benefit from getting assistance. This is not the same as telling yourself that you've done something wrong. It's just that many parts of life require a team approach, with people pooling their strengths to help each other. You're not bothering anybody. And let me tell you something. People love to help. People love when their phone rings or somebody texts them or messages them and say, hey, I'm stuck here. Can you help me? Or can people like, oh yeah, I'll be there in like 2 minutes, or I'll be there in 2 seconds. People love to help. You're not bothering anybody. We are not superhuman machines. We can't do everything ourselves. And we don't need to carry the weight of all the burdens ourselves. We don't have to. That's what friends and family are for. That's what neighbors are for. People are for. We love to help. So reach out. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. Wrapping this up, dietary change. It is time. It is time. I know for me it's time. And I'll get to that after I eat the chocolate bar in my fridge. Spiritual growth, forgiveness, inner peace, self-love, spiritual growth, and support. Sorry, I have an itchy nose. Support. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help. It's okay. People like to help. They do. That's your reading for this week. I hope you enjoyed this reading. And if you did enjoy it, please subscribe if you haven't. Hit the subscribe button and please share it. And I will be back here next Sunday with next week's reading. I love you all, and I hope you all have a really, really good week. Bye for now.